Alrighty everybody, welcome to week 2, and so I wanted to give you guys a video kind of going through outlining what we need to do today. So let's see, here are the announcements page. I already sent out an announcement kind of talking about what you need to do, watch a bunch of videos, and then develop your rough draft. And so I keep posting these videos in hopes that they'll create a little bit more of an educational atmosphere, because I know online can kind of feel like the instructor is not really there, and if this is your first online class, know that a lot of people don't really do the whole video thing, but I find that it really helps a lot, and so I do it. And if there's anything else you guys can think of that might help you out a little bit, I have other things that come in the later weeks, kind of like online interactive software stuff that you'll be dealing with, and of course video software that you guys will interact together with when you do revisions. But other than those couple things, this is pretty much how the course is going to go. So if you have any suggestions, I'm all ears. So anyways, first thing you want to do, of course, go to course content, and notice mine's a little different because I'm going to have the course management tools here. You won't see these. But nonetheless, and sorry, my cat's going crazy because he's cold. I don't know. So if you hear a cat meowing, that's why. So go to week 2, and the video that you're watching now will soon be right here. And so you'll want to watch the reflective essay review, and it kind of goes over what the concept is behind the review, the reflective narrative again. And then if you really want to find out more, I just posted some videos last night of myself. I actually got my classroom last night. I was able to get into my classroom last night, and so I posted some videos, one on the writing process, and one that you'll probably find really helpful is organizing your essay, where I kind of go over exactly how to organize your reflective narrative. And so if you haven't started, or maybe even if you have started, this video is probably going to be a gold mine for you. Let's see here. So, first things first, you have your week 2 reading after you watch the review video from last week. And it's not a whole lot of pages, it's only 7 through 12 and then 17 through 19. And these pages are review of last week. Typically I give this reading in the first week, but I felt like last week was kind of work intensive already. So I pushed it off to this week and kind of called it a review. Let's see, one thing you do want to read, even if you don't read 7 through 12, is 17 through 19, because it talks about the spectrum of different types of writing. Namely, it's a spectrum of closed writing to open writing. Open writing is more of, think of it like open, you're free to do things that you wouldn't do in closed writing, because open writing is like narratives, where you can write stories, you can make things up. Closed writing is more like research-based, and you can't really do what you want in a research-based article, because what you're writing about is research. You can't just make up facts, and so it's closed. It's closed to real facts, and then open is open to you making stuff up. So check out that figure. I think it's figure 1.2 on page 19. That's definitely important. Let's see, week 2 reading. Here's an example of a reflective narrative. Here are 2 examples. Now, you don't have to read all of them. I'm not going to give you a quiz on the reading. It's really for your understanding. All the quizzes are application based, because you're writing essays. Every project, and I guess I should say they're more project based, because every unit, every couple of weeks, you have a project due that's an essay, and if you know how to do these things, you're going to do well in the essay. So you don't have to read all the reading, but these, the reflective narrative example 1, reflective narrative example 2, they provide examples of how to write a reflective narrative, and they're kind of the gold standard for what you're striving. Now also, and I'm going to post a video on this as well, but MLA formatting example, I want to go over how to do that, but here's an example of what it should look like. And so if you pop that open, a couple things that you'll notice: last name, page number up in the top right, your name, teacher name, class name, date, title, and then your first paragraph, and so on. You're not going to have any sources per se that you cite in this. I mean, you could essentially if you wanted to, but I don't think there are any required for this, and I'll double check that before I make the MLA video. But nonetheless, let me get back to the course content here. Week 2. So those are the MLA examples. There's 2 of them. Here's sort of a generic video on the writing process. It's kind of an introductory. And then my video on the writing process is how you can actually use the writing process in writing a reflective narrative. Kind of, again, application. Thesis statement, how to write a thesis statement. Notice, though, she talks a lot about questions, something about the scarlet letter, I can't remember the question. Instead of that, because she's talking about what is the question that your teacher has asked you, in this case it's what is one social issue with which you've had an experience, and how did this experience significantly affect your life? And the point of this essay is to tell me, how did this experience significantly affect your life? That's the overarching point. And that should really be the focus. I mean, the story is important, but you're using the story to focus on the experience or the effect that it's had on your life. So there's that one. And then, of course, organizing your essay. I talk about thesis writing in this video, and I talk about organizing your essay. And it's not just, this is how to organize a generic essay. I literally go into, this is how you should organize your reflective narrative. You don't have to do it that way. It's just what I consider probably the easiest way to develop your essay. So I would definitely watch that video. And then last but not least, let's see, the reflective narrative essay, that is due, the rough draft is due Friday. So today is Tuesday, that means you got 4 days-ish to turn it in, because it's the 28th by midnight. I will start grading them, as soon as I get them on Friday, and I hope to have, let's see, I have a little to-do list here, I hope to have the first 15 essays graded by Friday night, so hopefully at least 15 people turn them in. Otherwise it'll put me behind a little bit. But nonetheless, it's not due until midnight. So on the 28th, so make sure you turn that in by then. Also, I have put in the due dates, so due August 28th, because I realized last week I didn't put that in on the homework. I didn't tell you actually what date it was due. I was just kind of assuming that everyone else assumed it was on Sunday, which it was. The due date for the last week's homework was Sunday for week 1. Now for week 2, I went ahead and I put due date on the end of it, so you can kind of see when it's actually due. And so the rough draft, for instance, is due August 28th. Once August 28th rolls around, if you turn it in by Friday, August 28th, you actually get the weekend without anything to do, so that would be nice. And of course, unless I grade your essay and turn it back to you and you want to get started on your final draft, you can go for it. Let's see, what else do I need to tell you guys? Oh, right, so last week, a lot of people, I gave you guys the idea the question of Taylor Swift or Kesha. A lot of people said that I said Kesha's name wrong. A lot of people said that. I've never heard that before. I thought that was how you said it, K-E-S-H-A, Kesha, right? Well, anyways, I don't listen to Kesha. I like Taylor Swift. I don't know if I'd say I like it. Well, I'll listen to it when it comes on the radio, except for that Bad Blood song. I really don't like that song. So if you guess Taylor Swift, I'm going to go through all the responses. I already gave you your grade for most of the responses, unless you turned it in a little bit later. So I've given you your grade, and I'll go back in and I'll put 5 more points on top of that if you guess Taylor Swift. But one thing I need from you guys is to also go through your postings, your introductions, and I need you to reply to your own introduction telling me which one was true for you. So let's see, I remember somebody said they drove some kind of car. So if you go into that, you need to tell us what kind of car you drove. Or if you said, I remember one of the videos, one of the girls said something, or she owns a cat. So go in and let us know if you do that something or you own a cat. I'm going to guess you own a cat, by the way. But so go in and do that. And I think that's it. That's all that I got for you now. Next, I'm going to post a video on MLA formatting and going over that. Alright, well, good luck this week, and I'll see you guys next time.